What's up, beautiful people? My name is Lou, and today we're going to talk about ISC2 Certified in Cybersecurity and what I did to pass it in 1 week. So let's talk about it.
Quick disclaimer, I know I keep saying it wrong. It's ISC2. I keep saying IC2 in the video. You guys know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Tomato, tomato, not the same shit, but you get the drift.
So I'm going to keep the outline the same. I talk about my experience, the study materials / resources I used, the exam, the proctoring, and any closing thing that I may have forgotten to mention in the video. Number 1, my experience. This wouldn't be my first cert. I'm not new to the Certified in Cybersecurity. I have a general baseline. I just so happened to get this one because it lines up with what I need it for. And it was free. So that's another thing I'm going to talk about in this video. So yeah, that's my experience. Number 2, the resources that I used. Looked at the outline on the website to what I had to study. I kind of just touched up on things that I felt like I needed to, or just give myself a refresher because it probably been a minute since I've heard those words, or just wanted to see like, okay, I do know all these things. And for the most part, everything that it touched on, I did know, except like the canon-based principles, but that was specifically tied to like IC2. And for you, or just anybody in general, when it comes to this cert in particular, or just cybersecurity, these are the things that I feel like you should learn or have a general knowledge of. So it's role-based access control, rule-based access control, discretionary-based access control, attribute-based access control, and mandatory access control. You also need to know your port numbers like SSH, HTTPS, HTTP, SMTP, RDP, TFTP, and a couple others that I would suggest learning about as well, and like kind of remembering what they do and what port is attached to, because that's important. Other things would be, since this is cybersecurity, is familiarizing yourself with the incident response plan, the cycle and the processes that go with that, as well as the business continuity plan, the disaster recovery plan. Same thing, figuring out what that looks like when it comes to that, what a warm site is, a hot site, a cold site, and things of that nature, and like how that kind of fits in, or just knowing about those in general and what they do. You also should brush up on different types of attacks, whether it's phishing, whaling, spear phishing, ransomware, malware, viruses, worms, and probably other attacks. You should also learn about like network intrusion detection systems, host intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention systems, so like NIDS, HIDS, HIPS, and NIPS. So network intrusion prevention system, which prevents an attack from happening, compared to network intrusion detection system, which just detects the attack but doesn't do anything. It just says, hey, I see you're attacking, noted, where intrusion would be like, oh, I see you're attacking, I'm going to stop that. So like things like that you kind of need to be familiar with, or that you should just learn about because it pertains to cybersecurity. And as I mentioned earlier, the canon principles of IC2 and knowing what those are. I think you should learn about asymmetric keys, symmetric keys, and how they work and what that looks like. The CIA triad, 100% recommend. If you're not familiar with it, you need to know confidentiality, integrity, availability. You need to learn about non-repudiation and what that looks like. You need to learn about the AAA. So yeah, just learning those things as well that I would suggest. So we're gonna talk about number 3, which is the exam. So the exam was pretty straightforward. I wasn't able to take it at home. I don't think it's a take at home exam. I actually had to go to a testing center to take it. I had 100 questions. I think they gave me an hour and some change, or 2 hours. Was it 2 hours? I don't know. I'll put the right time here just so I'm not like, giving you wrong information. But it gave me 100 questions flat. I know some other people who took it who got more than 100 questions, but I think that's just based on like how you're performing during the exam. So if you do get more than 100 questions, don't think you failed, just keep doing your best. This exam in particular, you can't double back. So you can't choose an answer and think, oh, well, I answered number 23, I'm gonna go back and check. No, like the moment you hit next, you can't go back to that question. So make sure you're confident and you're ruling out everything that you need to. So take your time, but not too much time because you're still being timed, but make sure you're just using the process of elimination and actually getting through the questions, because you can't go back. I just really want to put an emphasis, like you cannot go back. Not to scare you, but just to give you an idea, like there's no reviewing in this particular exam. The proctoring, since I took it in person, they're always great. I have no issues with in-person proctoring because they kind of just chill there, watch you. They don't bother you or tell you to move your camera 50 million times. They just check you in, you take your exam, they check you out, and that's pretty much it. So the proctoring part, pretty smooth for me, at least getting my appointment. I don't know how it would be for you. Hopefully you have testing centers within your region or in your location. The next part is, I don't know if it's 4 or 5 at this point. One thing that I want to talk about is there's 3 steps in order for you to actually get your certifications. The first step was passing the exam. The second step is making sure like you have your account or something set up to be an IC2 member. And then the third thing is you have to pay the $50 up front. So this is a 3-year renewal cert, but you have to pay the annual fee per year. So you have to pay the $50. It's not like CompTIA where you can pay the $150 at the end of the year if you choose to. This one makes you pay it per year. They'll email you some steps and instructions. This cert right now is currently free. All you have to do is sign up. Once you actually accept your voucher, it's good for a year. I'll definitely link it in the description so that way you can take the cert. I don't know how long it's free for, so don't sit on it. At least for the most part, just sign up, claim your voucher, and then you can have time to worry about it later. But don't think like, oh, I'm going to sign up later and claim it. Just claim it now, get it out the way so that way you don't have to lose it towards the end. I think that's pretty much everything. If I missed anything or if you guys have any questions, of course, leave it down below and I'll be sure to answer it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. As always, don't forget to water your garden, support, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.